Well, we're back on another GQ episode, and this is a very exciting one. We're about to transform a 30-year-old four-wheel drive's undercarriage into something you could eat dinner off. There's only one man in the business that we were going to trust with this job, Dave from Top Coat Auto Care. But Top Coat Auto Care isn't just about detailing anymore, it is now about underbelly restos, which gives you a little bit of an indication as to what Dave has gotten himself into for the rest of today. This thing looks like it has been not just sat in Shrek Swamp, but in the Sydney Harbour for the best part of a decade. It is rusty, dirty, grimy, full of my tears and Toyota sadness. It is all gross, but that's okay. It is what we've come to expect from a Nissan Patrol. Before we dive into future episodes where we're going to be doing suspension and all sorts of exciting driveline stuff, we wanted to get this thing looking brand new. So here we are. Let's pull it into the workshop, get it on the hoist. I'm going to show you this dog's breakfast that is the underside and see if Dave's bitten off more than he can chew. Let's go. There's a couple of things that are goddamn certain in this world, and one of them is that a 1990s Nissan GQ Patrol is going to have a pretty rough underside.
Yeah.
And this is no different. This has got, this sort of ticks everything on your Thursday morning bingo card. We've got surface rust, major rust, corroded things like transfer housing.
Yeah.
We've got disgusting caked in mud brake lines,
Yeah.
grease.
I don't think I'm interested anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, well, thankfully, once it's on the hoist, it's all your problem now.
Yeah.
So there's no backing out.
It is here now.
So, the game plan. We'll talk about what the actual science is in a second, but where are you going to attack? Do you think there is a chance we can save this?
So on an old truck like this, the dry ice blasting will clean the ugly surface.
Yeah.
The ugly surface remains.
Okay.
Right? So, but it cleans it without using degreaser and water, basically.
Yeah, cool.
So then the ugly surface, then we restore it.
Okay.
And that's where my my neighbour with his saw is.
Yeah, I was cutting up bodies next door, but that's all right.
Yeah, so that's where my process that I developed really comes into its place.
Yeah.
Because to get this before and after down pat is what I spent a year doing.
Yeah.
And we can make this look good.
Yeah, beautiful. No, I'm super excited. I mean, like I said just before, once we're done here, the next step is going to be refitting a whole bunch of nice shiny suspension components. So I think this is probably a smart move doing it now whilst everything is open slather. Yeah, that's right. It means, bolts that are caked in mud and rust and stuff are now going to be a lot easier to get to, easier to see, because some stuff in this car is so caked I don't even think there's anything under it.
No, and once we shut this roller door and start blasting, it'll expose everything.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but either way, we'll just, it's like dipping a whole car in tyre shine, right? It's even if it's kind of garbage, at least it'll be shiny garbage, so that's good.
Yeah.
Well, let's head over to this, the ice blasting thing, and we'll talk about the process.
Done.
We're not sandblasting.
No.
We're not degreasing.
No.
We're not pressure washing.
No.
But it's some kind of strange blend of everything, but also nothing all coincidentally at the same time.
So, over the years, I've had experience with removing chewing gum from carpet in a past life.
Yep.
And the only way to remove that chewing gum from a fabric like carpet is with an ice pack, and you freeze it and then you chip it off. So therefore, a very good friend of mine told me, had I seen dry ice blasting almost a year and a half ago? Okay. I said I hadn't. Did some research. Yep. And it's my good mate Ty, because of him, I found this, and here we are.
I like it. So the machine just over here is basically an air gun.
Blender air gun.
Blender air guns, like what you'd see a Boost, but on Mars. Yeah. That's going to deliver 150 PSI.
Yeah, 150 PSI.
Of sauce.
2,400 litres a minute.
Right.
And if you want to,
it's a lot of litres a minute.
If you want to bring the camera in, we haven't done this part yet, but in there, that little thing at the bottom spins, and that's the grinder.
That's the finger delete.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, that's right. That's why this is here.
I like it. What was I going to say? Don't put your hands where you wouldn't put your penis. No. What did he say? It's extremely relevant here. So we scoop this into here.
Yep.
That basically makes a passion mango from Boost.
Yes.
Shoots it out the gun.
Yep.
And then you're going to basically
So
just work front to back.
we're freezing dirt off.
Right.
We're freezing
and it
grease
just
off.
falls off.
Falls off onto the floor.
Nice. Poor floor.
Poor floor.
It's going to really hate its life after we're done with it. And then once that's done, we come through with the black zinc and the X coat.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Correct.
So that is going to basically, the black stuff is for things that...
Yeah, so basically all that chassis and framework and bracketry is all black from new.
Yep.
So we're gonna make it all black
Not
again.
that you'd know on this piece of shit.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
So that'll go back to black, and then all the other bits and pieces, like, I guess...
When you replace springs and stuff, that'll be brand new again.
Yeah, beautiful.
And you know, when I do my black zinc coating, we don't spray the springs, we don't spray the shocks.
Yeah, cool.
You know, it's not all black.
Yeah.
People have asked me that.
It's not the used dealership special where everything gets coated in underbody liner. Yeah, sweet.
And it's not a Raptor coat or a tar, so it's not just masking it. We're trying to refinish the original finish. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think there's only one thing left to do.
Start.
Let's get into
Correct.
it. Good
No
luck.
worries.
So this is minus 80
degrees. Yep.
like lemon sorbet. I really want to put it in my mouth. Okay, now I can hear you guys in the comments already. How much is this going to cost you and how long does it take? Depending on the size of the vehicle, this is going to take anywhere from sort of 4 to 6 hours to do, and that includes your blasting and then your spraying of the black zinc and the X Clear. In terms of price, it's going to be anywhere from that sort of $2,200 to $2,500 mark, again, depending on the size of the vehicle and just how putrid it is under here. Obviously, the dirtier the car and the larger the car, that's going to take more materials, more time, and therefore more money. I think this is pretty much the best solution available for restoring the underside of your car and having it look Mickey Mouse. It's very hard to do this unless you're going to pull the body off the chassis, have it on a rotisserie, and do a full restoration like that. So in terms of a process that you can drive a car in, drive a car out, having it look brand new, this is definitely worth the money. Okay, so you probably already see how effective this is at getting the job done. What is mind-blowing about this, I guess, compared to things like sandblasting, is that this is safe on rubber hoses, brake lines, rubber boots, all metal surfaces. Just about anything underneath the car is not going to get damaged, but is going to get cleaned by this process, including brake lines, which is what we're about to tackle. So, up in this corner, I think what we have is a quintessential perfect spot to test this. We've got a little bit of frame, we've got some rubber boots here for a cable that I don't know what it does, but it does something. And then we've got the brake lines up here too, as well as a bit of body. So we're going to attack that, see if we can't restore it, bring it back to life, and see if we can get the ticket of approval from Dave, because Daddy's doing this bit himself. Four scoops of gelato. Okay, now it's important to note with an underbody restoration that we're doing here using dry ice, it's not going to remove heavy heavy rust. What we're doing is cleaning the surface so that we can then restore it. Now, what you see under here is a really nice blank canvas now. A lot of the really badly damaged components, such as diff housings, backing plates, and suspension components, are all going in the bin in an episode that you guys will see very soon. Today was all about getting the frame rails, the floor pans, the wheel arches looking Mickey Mouse, which is exactly what Dave is doing. Now, we are doing some sort of black underbody liner on all the floor surfaces. We're then doing a black zinc on all the frame rails, and then he's got his own specifically formulated X-Clear, which is a metal penetrating sealant, which he's then gonna spray on everything that he has coated. Should give this thing a really nice, rust-proof, longevity looking shine to it. And it's gonna be perfect for us to then bolt in a whole bunch of fancy, superior engineering gear. Now's the time-consuming part. We're gonna let Dave suffer with the fumes and get this job done. I think you can probably tell in the background, Dave is hard at work, but this thing is already looking $1 million. I am so stoked on the results so far, and he's only just warming up. He's got all the underbody liner done, he's got the black zinc going on now, and then afterwards he's got his very own X-Clear. Now that X-Clear, like I mentioned earlier, is his own product. He's constantly evolving, and he's got this product down to be, like I said, that metal penetrating sealant that's gonna give it a high gloss, anti-corrosion coating that's gonna last a long ass time. What he was just telling me as well off camera is that he's got his very own black zinc coat coming too, which will be X-Black, I think, or X-Zinc. So it's going to be a two-part process where you can do the black, then you can clear it with his own proprietary products, and you're going to have a really cracking finish. The clear has to be sprayed out of a gun. It's quite a thick coating, so that'll be the last step that we end up doing today. But all in all, this is looking so freaking good. I think a well worth it investment if you want your car to have the longevity. And then you can use other products such as the bare bones or VRP from people like Chemical Guys once this is all finished and cleared and dried to maintain that nice glossy black look. So really, really cool thing. What's that? It's pretty thick, like lacquer. So everything that just got painted gets cleared? Yeah. Well, simple as that, we have undone 30 plus years of disgusting neglect, abuse, typical patrol thing.
And that's
really.
just what you've had.
Yeah, that's right. That's just what I've had it. This thing looks $1 million, mate. You absolutely knocked it out of the park.
Good, eh?
We'll quickly run through the process.
Yeah.
Started with the dry ice.
Yep, dry ice
so that's
blast.
The 150 psi
Yep.
pressure.
Yep.
Blasting all the dirt and muck off,
So
and
we're
also removing a fair bit of that surface rust. I didn't expect it to.
Yeah. It removes the loose surface rust, I call it, and then it brings it back to almost a bare metal stage.
Yeah.
Then we can treat it, as you can see here.
Yeah, that's right. So then we've gone on all the floor pans you guys would have seen. We've gone that sort of underbody stone guard that you would expect to see on the underside of floor pans and also in the wheel arches. On all the chassis and all the frame rails and stuff, we went with the zinc black.
Yep.
And then the X-Clear.
X-Clear.
Over everything. And that is going to actually penetrate into what we've sprayed on there in the metal, right?
Yeah, correct. Yep. So it's a resin-based rust-proofing material.
Yep.
And like I say to people, I don't believe in the word rust-proofing because it's near impossible, but you can definitely protect it, and that's what we've done.
Absolutely. And for this thing, which is hopefully going to be abused, run through, driven everywhere in all sorts of circumstances, not just by me, but by the mates, the missus, etc.
Yep.
It's good to have that peace of mind. Worth mentioning, we didn't bother too much about things like springs, shocks, even this tank above us here, because all of that is going in the bin very, very shortly.
Yep.
And Dave's a busy man, so we weren't going to make him slave over that annoying stuff. But I really can't wait to get the new gear in here. We've got new diffs, we've got new suspension components, we've got a whole bunch of cool stuff going in here now. and it's not going to be a shame to put it in here because it looks so freaking good.
That's right.
We've got one more thing to show you guys. Like I mentioned earlier, we picked this thing up from Pirate Camco, your mate James actually.
Yeah, Jimmy.
So we've got a couple of good things in the back here which we'll show you shortly. Just a bloke building the best GQ in Australia. That's all it is here. If you guys do want to get anything like this done for your car, Dave is up here on the Sunshine Coast. He's booked out. He's a very busy man.
Very busy.
Very
That's
busy
all right.
Because projects like this, you can only really squeeze one, maybe two of these in a day.
Yeah.
They are a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
But if you want to get in touch with him, how do they do it?
Instagram is the best place.
Yeah.
My website is there as well. www.topcoatautocare.com.au.
Beautiful.
Or Instagram, if you search Underbelly Restos, you'll find me.
Yeah.
This is the HQ of Underbelly Restos.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome. If you guys want to eat dinner off the underside of your piece of shit, come and see Dave. Anyway, let's get it down on the floor. We'll quickly show you what James from Pirate Camco has done. Lovely.
Do it.
Okay, before we say bye, I wanted to quickly run you through what James and the team at Pirate Camco have been up to. They have never dabbled their testes in the pond of GQ patrols before, but recently did with my car. 3D scanned the back of it and I've come up with a stack of cool products that are not going to make my life way easier, but are going to be available to you guys to buy and make your lives way easier. The back of a wagon like this, traditionally quite hard to make use of the space and a lot of wasted space up high. So, using all this beautiful aluminium powder coated goodness, this is the solution we've come up with. For starters, a shelf up high, really practical, going to be able to store a whole bunch of stuff, little chairs, bits and pieces, even clothes, extra food, whatever you might want up there. We've got the molly panels on the side of the sliding windows. We're going to be able to mount our 12-volt accessories directly to those, keep them up out of the way of everything, which is really nice. Plus, we've got a bit of a cargo barrier in there, which means we can stack cargo right up to the roof and not have to worry about it spilling into the cabin space. Not only have they done their good work in the back here, but they've also got a couple of products coming that will be getting posted out to me. They weren't quite finished when I picked up the car. We're going to have a door hinge aerial mount, which will be really cool. I love mounting aerials up the back of GQs. We've also got a couple of cool little brackets and stuff coming for the dash of these things as well, which is going to mean mounting your aerials just way simpler. Less drilling of holes, less bastardization, less molestation, which is what we love. So, massive shout out to James and the Pirate team. If you guys want to check out these products, I'm sure they're on the website. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description. If it's not there, I forgot to suck me off. Anyway, this has been a massive day. The GQ has well and truly begun its transformation. What you guys can expect in future episodes, we've got suspension, we've got engine, we've got driveline, we've got wheels and tires, we've got a whole bunch of exciting stuff, 12-volt headlights, grills, interior. The list never ends. We are out here building the best GQ in Australia, folks, and I won't stop until I take that crown. Looking at you, Fong. Anyway, make sure you like and subscribe. Send this to your mates. If you're a Toyota fan and you're still here watching this episode, well done, you got through it. And as always, we'll see you next Thursday.